Nigeria has generated a sum of 496 billion naira in revenue from value-added tax in the first quarter of 2021, surge of 52.9% year-on-year, compared to 324 billion recorded in the corresponding period of 2020. This was contained in the sectoral distribution of value-added tax recently released by the National Bureau of Statistics. According to the report, VAT collections in the period, again, were 52.9% increase over the first quarter of 2020 and a 9% increase compared to the last quarter of 2020. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu joins us now to discuss further. Chika, good morning to you.
Morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
New week.
Money Monday, indeed. Want to get your thoughts on the figures, the VAT numbers coming in, the increase.
No sophisticated analysis required. 2020, was a very slow year for business because of COVID challenges. So 2021, things have picked up, especially from Q4 2020. Things have picked up now, and then businesses have come online. And then you see the impact of that on the increase in the VAT revenues. Do recall that VAT rate in Nigeria moved to 7.5% from February 1, 2020.
Yes.
And VAT is a very important element, very important component of the revenue profile of the nation, the government at the national level and sub-national levels. Remember, the federal government takes 15% of the collections, and then the state and local government take 85%. And that increase was, was done that time to assist in funding when we talked about the new minimum wage challenges. And the issue was how we're going to fund it, and that's how that increase came about. Now, but be that it may, people are still saying, should we increase VAT rate? Or should we leave it at the 7.5? For me, the issue still has to do with the efficiency of collection,
right?
And the net. The revenue services need to be more efficient in the collection and still expand the net. The informal businesses are still out of the VAT net, and I know other geographies around us what they have done to include the informal businesses capture them in the VAT net.
Yes.
I do believe that if the informal businesses are included in the VAT net in Nigeria, this amount of collecting will suddenly double. And the incentive must therefore be given to such businesses to bring them into the VAT net. And that's one of the things they should do to expand the government revenue side from VAT.
Okay, so you've already answered my next question. I was going to ask you if they should increase VAT. You're saying improve collections.
Improve collection and expand the net.
Okay.
Because a lot of informal businesses are not paying VAT now.
Okay, fantastic. I want to get your thoughts on the manufacturing. Every time we talk about manufacturing, it's one complaint after another.
The truth is that it will be difficult. Every nation has its competitive advantages.
Yes.
Now, some countries, it is their people. India has chosen technology, and China has chosen manufacturing and technology. Ours is what? It's difficult for us to develop without paying attention to our manufacturing sector. And manufacturing sector is the endangered species.
Yes.
And they are buffeted by so many problems. Start from power.
Yes.
If you do the costing of every manufacturing company now,
yes,
you will find a major element of 40% of their cost is power. And I'm hoping, I'm praying. Somebody asked me the other day, sent me a DM and said, do I think that my generation power in Nigeria will be sorted out? And I said I believe that will be done. So power is a major element of that. And if you go to a typical manufacturer and they tell you to bring out their files, you find the local government is charging them, the state government is charging them multiplicity of taxes, land problems, tax problems, security problems, and look at even those who have to do things with the port.
Yes.
Either exporting and importing, that's a nightmare now. And so the supply chain is totally disorganized because of the ports, and that has affected the cost of the manufacturing sector. And then, of course, availability of foreign exchange. But even as I'm talking about that, I do believe that consciously, every manufacturing company now must start looking inwards. If I import 100% of my raw materials, can I look inwards and see what I can do about 20, 70%, 40% in Nigeria?
Okay.
Can I do some import substitution? Because a lot of the raw materials they require, with a little effort,
yes,
can be converted to what they want. But the issue is always easier to import. So foreign exchange is a major challenge. So the manufacturing sector is a challenge sector in Nigeria, but it's not just FX. The raw materials, the upper challenges, the port challenges, the power challenges, land issues, multiplicity of taxes, security challenges, all those, have impacted the sector.
The pile up. We talked a lot about, I guess, a backward integration in sugar and other sectors. Is that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
With manufacturing?
Maize,
yes,
sugar, wheat, so many other. Literally, there's nothing in Nigeria we can produce. Look at coconut. If you tell you how much we will earn from exporting coconuts, and sesame seed. But the issue is that, remember that oil cost. It's just one barrel. You just say one barrel, makes $70. Say one barrel. So easier to focus on that than focusing on the other sectors of the economy.
I think ministries and parastatals brought in some VAT as well. But we talked about reducing them in a prior segment where you joined us. Would there be an impact on how much VAT you would get?
Yeah, but you remember what I said?
Yes.
It's not just reducing them. The issue is to, you reuse, redistribute the talents and skills in those ministries.
Yes.
And the other things they can do. What we're saying now is that two departments cannot be doing the same thing. And so you must efficiently deploy the resources available to government into other areas. And that's that. It's not just kill people, remove people, let them go and stay at home. You must find ways of reusing those people. See, if you looked at the VAT revenues, you see the dilemma of our country. The VAT from mining was very fair.
It was fair. It was
Meanwhile, that's one sector that can rescue Nigeria, mining. But as I said, the oil cost is easier to go and focus on one barrel, $70, than go and chase all those things. There's literally no mineral in Nigeria that we don't have. That sector is one sector that the country needs to look at diligently to actually earn more revenues from the country.
Fantastic. Speaking of oil course, this cutback from India, should we be worried?
We should worry because when this COVID phase started in India, you know how it works. If COVID increases, that's country shut down, businesses shut down, and there's less demand for oil. Now, 70% of our oil export went to India. So there are two elements to that.
Yes.
The immediate demand. 70% of our oil sales went to India. So India, remember when we did our trade business analysis in Nigeria here?
Yes.
We said our largest export partner is India. And it was driven by our oil export sales.
Yes.
So that's major for us. So if Indian businesses are shutting down, they'll demand less of our oil. Of course, we can find alternative market for them. But the issue is that this is an already established market and it's going to hurt our business. Now, the other more important part of it is this. India, for now, imports 82% of their national demand for oil.
Yes.
Now, there's a national mandate that this, within the next 5 years, this must go down to 60%. So if that goes down, again, you know what will happen.
Right.
There's less demand for our own oil. And so the big picture for us, again, is how to diversify our earnings again away from this oil. Because every shutter that we see is closing down about oil. You hear some countries saying that in the next 10 years, they're going to stop using petrol cars.
Vehicles, yes.
We are going to sell our oil.
Right.
And so the nation as a whole must start working diligently towards continuing diversification of our oil revenues.
We have less than a minute to go. Can that be achieved in the near or is it a long-term goal? 20 seconds. Near or long-term?
The hunger, when it's going to end, is easier to bear. Let's even start the process.
As soon as it can.
As soon as it can.
Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, thank you so much for taking us through those.
Thank you.